All right, so it is time. So this is an infinite game. I'll talk about alternative investments, and I'm doing a part two about budget investments for the national. So I've heard some feedback, and people say that um, the cards that I recommended were too expensive. So here's some cheap budget ones. I kind of mentioned it in the previous video, but doing bins, so 25 cent, 50 cent, 75 cent, dollar bins. Also going to places where they're $5 and $10 bins for cards. And picking through those is going to take time, but just going to table and picking up those, because many people are going to be looking for the big stuff like LeBron rookies, maybe Kevin Durant. People are going to be looking for Curry. People are going to look for Klay Thompson. I think there's certain guys you can pick up like Jamal Murray base. I believe they are starting to filter out around $40. Jamal Murray optic base. I think that's a great pickup. Also, I think, picking up certain cards for base cards for certain guys, maybe like Kobe White, maybe guys like Bam Adebayo. You're not looking to make a 20x return or 10x return. You're really just trying to buy them and then sell it for 50% more. And you may be able to sell it at the national without even having to take it home or get things graded. If you can, just buy slabs, but I think it's also good to buy raw. I think a lot of people are waiting for PSA to open, and raw you may find some really, really good deals. And I think a lot of people are going to be putting stuff in bins as far as the 25 cent to $1 to $5 bin, which they don't, or $10 bin, they don't feel comfortable enough sending it to PSA. You could do research and figure out, oh, this can work for PSA depending on what the prices are, or because right now Super Express for $300 may not work for a $10 card. But if they open up another level where it's $40, $35, $40, and if you grade it against a PSA 10, it's going to sell for $200 or $100, it may be worth paying the $10, and then getting it graded for $40 if it gets a PSA 10. If it gets a PSA 9, hopefully you get your money back, but you work out the math based on that. But like low cost bins, and look at the more popular sports, soccer, basketball. You can look at tennis. You can probably find some great deals on tennis or UFC, Marvel. You can find great deals probably on Star Wars, things such as those. The other thing is go in with a plan and stick to what you know. Do not worry about having fear of missing out. Just take your time and methodically look through things. And there's going to be so much going on, and you just want to stay focused. The other thing is looking at base cards, or first you can look at base cards, specifically optic, not just for basketball, but also for football and for soccer. Optic base, I think, is going to be your friend. Even base for baseball as well. I think people are getting away from base, and I think you can get base at a really, really cheap price. And that gives you an opportunity to sell it later on down the road for 40% more, 30% more, and you just have these incremental changes. The next thing I think people should be putting money into is non-serial number parallels, because those are going to be overlooked as well. And the rule for these non-serial number parallels, for example, like a optic blue velocity or optic shock, get them at a rate of no more than 15% to 20% more than what a base sells for. 20% I think is pushing it, but I think really 10%, no more than 10%. Obviously, if you can get less than a base card, what it's selling for, or 10% more than a base card, or 5% more than a base card, take it. or cheaper than what the base card is selling for, take it. Same amount, take it. But shoot for around 10 to 20% seems more realistic than what the base is selling for. So, Prism Hyper PSA 10, if it's 10% more than what the base is, or a little bit more than 20% more, then I think that is something that you should shoot for and be getting around that price. Like I said, I think people aren't going to be sure how much a lot of this stuff is really worth. So I think it's useful to take advantage, and you may not see sales on eBay that justify comps. And don't worry about trying to make a deal or buy. It doesn't mean you talk to someone and they're giving this price and they're not budging. That doesn't mean you necessarily have to give in and buy. There's so much there at the National, and so much there at the convention. So also, the other thing is, don't waste your money on on-site grading. It's a waste of time. You're gonna be in line forever. And I think it's a waste of money because you're gonna have to pay a premium to get stuff graded right then and there. Obviously, if you're buying stuff, it's better to buy graded slabs and you can look at the card. And if you're buying raw, make sure you really inspect the card thoroughly. You don't want to buy a card and then later on you figure out there's dents or scratches or it's been trimmed or something like that. And also be aware of scams. Watch out for cards that don't look, maybe it looks like it's trimmed or something's off about it compared to normal cards. Yeah, so I think those are going to be the best things. Obviously, if you can, I think it's smart to buy sealed wax as well, but that's more of a pricier option. Other things as far as on a budget, I think the other thing is try to buy as much in bulk as you can. You can normally get a bigger price. And also go after things that you think maybe people are overlooking. So, Ben Simmons is most hated person. So go after certain things that you think people are basically practically giving it away. And you buy something, they're trying to basically give you this for almost for free. I think take advantage of that. I think there's certain guys like Ben Simmons is going to be that way. I think, and he has some years to change his narrative. If Giannis loses in the playoffs, I think he's another one. I think maybe Kyrie. I think certain guys like that. Pick up guys who are stars to have low pop counts, but you don't have to be the best star. I think a lot of guys who are superstars, but they're not top 20 all time, guys who may be more top 40 or 30, like a Russell Westbrook, James Harden. I think you can get those cards at major discounts. I mean, even some of his more high-end stuff, like I believe his exquisite auto, James Harden BGS 9.5, I think there's about 25 graded, sold for $2,000 now. So, and then also, even though you're at the National, keep a lookout on eBay. Keep a lookout on Golden Auctions. Keep a lookout on a couple of auction places, because you may find the cards that you want at a much cheaper price on eBay while everyone's distracted. So wherever people have their attention, look somewhere else. If everybody has their attention on certain tables, go look at other tables, because there's other opportunities. So just remember, you don't have to hurry up and rush to make a deal. There's always opportunities. There are always going to be opportunities. If something does pass, just remember that things fluctuate, go up and down. And if you miss this one opportunity, one card, there may be a better opportunity that comes up. So don't try to force anything. And that's the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm planning on making more videos just in general about investing, not just cards, but wine, watches, stocks, real estate, all of that.